What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And while you in here, hit that like, comment, subscribe, notification bell so you can be notified every time Cass McCoy uploads a new video. Let's talk about BMF Season 3, Episode 4, The Return of the Prodigal Son. It was a good one. We start off with Scene 1, Meech and Loco chilling. They rolling one up. They about to smoke one. And Loco's right-hand man, he comes in and he's got the pilot on the phone for the shipment. And so the pilot is needing to know, comb out the final details, but they're a little uneasy because they're wondering and afraid that this could be the feds setting them up. So Meech's like, well, let me talk to him. So Meech get on the phone. The first thing he asks him is like, do you want the money up front or what? And the dude was like, nah, you good. We can take care of that on the back end. Just let me know where to meet and where to drop and all this type of stuff. So that kind of, and when Meech got on the phone, he explained to him, say, listen, the feds gonna always want the money up front because they need that same time type shit to set you up. So they knew everything was good. They were appreciative to have Meech's street knowledge, on their team. You could tell. So Meech let him know, hey, my brother T, he's going to meet up with him, because the drop is in Detroit. And Loco's like, no, I don't trust him. He don't want T dealing with it. So Meech got to go back to Detroit, to take care of this himself. So he promises him that he's going to do that. Meech goes and he goes to the house, and at the house is Angel. Angel's at the house. And that view of Angel, whew, yeah. He walked in and he sees Angel. Boy, was she an angel. And he lets her know, hey, that you can stay here. Because she was packing her stuff, getting ready to get up out of there. She said she just used to living in a backpack. She's never had a place to call home. So he let her know, listen, my home is your home. Mi casa, su casa. You can stay here as long as you want. You don't have to worry about that. He said, but I do have to go out of town. Got to go to the D to take care of some business. You're welcome to stay here. I'm going to have guys patrolling. You ain't got to worry about Greenie, none of that. So he told her she can stay there. She was like, well, hey, let me give you some of that loving before you go. So, they got it on a little bit before he got up out of there. So back in Detroit, T is still dealing with this CPS situation, trying to make sure nothing happens to Terry Jr. He doesn't get taken. Now, he's working with Markeisha behind his baby mama's back. It just is what it is. Dealing with her husband. She's got ties with this judge because the judge is dirty. So he dibble and dabbles with, the wrong side. And so she's blackmailing him to get the charges dropped for Terry. Right? So it ends up working out and everything like that. So hopefully Markeisha didn't set this up to win Terry. We still don't know who set it up. But I honestly think it was Henny. That's who I think it was. I think it was Henry. But it's going to come out, hopefully, who set him up. So he's dealing with all that. He's talking to his guy. He's at the restaurant. His boys, he's at the restaurant letting them know what's up. And he goes to the back to get something, and Meech walks in. Boy, it was such a reunion for Meech. You can tell those guys have the utmost respect for Meech. He comes in, they're happy to see him. He started playing space with him and everything. Terry comes from the back, T comes from the back, want to know, what you doing here? He's like, man, ain't you happy to see your brother? T low-key jealous of me, you can tell. It's brewing, right? Prodigal Son, you can tell it's brewing. Meech, go on and let him know about the shipment that's coming, that he's going to go get it. T tell him, like, pump your brakes. You sure you want to be the one driving? You don't have a driver's license. Meech, you ain't got no driver's license. Whatever. So he don't have no driver's license. He can't go. Like, you going to risk driving that product back? He said, yes, it's worth the risk. I owe Loco. Loco saved my life. I owe him. He wants me to do it. I'm going to take whatever chances I need, and I'm going to do it. He lets him know he's going to do it. You just make sure everything else for the destroyer is taken care of, because I'm going to be the one to do this. T lets Meech know, listen, man, you just be careful. He said, because Bryant's still out there. He ain't gave up. He's that pit bull. In fact, he's working with Henry as well. So you got both of them. So please watch your back and be careful. So next we see Meech. He's at the meetup with the pilot. The pilot's there. And the first thing Meech notices is like, man, that's a mighty big plane you got? I was expecting something, like a little charter type plane, like something smaller. Why you got such a big plane? He said, well, I had to. Something, small wasn't going to carry 2,500 bricks. He said, 2,500? It's supposed to be 250. He said, they told me 2,500. So it got lost in translation, everything like that. The size because of the language barrier that they have. So Meech wanted 250, they ordered 2,500. They got to try to get rid of these 2,500 in 24 hours. So, he gets on the phone, he lets T know. T's like, bro, he said, man, I got support coming from Atlanta. You get all your boys, hook up with the PA, whatever we got to do, man. We got to move this product. This is our first drop. We got to be impressive. They liked us because of how fast we move. Even if we taking a cut, we got to do it. We got to, get rid of it, get them their money, and then we just live with, what we got left. Because it's going to build for the future. Thinking for the future, not thinking for right now. So since there's so much product, he he's not going to be able to drive it in his car. He goes and he sees this guy somewhere around the hangars. He sees this guy unloading a van. So he goes and talks to the guy and gives him some money to use his van. He said, all I need is to use it for 24 hours and bring it back in a full tank. And he gave him a stack. And the dude was like, bet that. Well, what he didn't know was Brian was there. He was there. He taking pictures. He sees this. He taking pictures. So he know what he going to be rolling in. He know where he's pulling from because he done tell them there. Because Brian's doing everything he can, for Henry. Henry has him there. She told him to follow Meech, follow the product because she had heard Meech was in town. So that's all Brian's doing. Brian's trying to make sure he please Henry because Henry also told him, listen, if this don't go right, I'm pulling protection from your son. So Henry, she got guys on the inside protecting Kevin. So that's why Brian is making sure he does everything he can for Henry. So then we see Jen and Emerson. They're at the precinct and they have discovered who purchased that ambulance that was used in that shooting where Jen got shot. The dude bought it from an auction. So they found out who did it, went to his house, hemmed him up, and they get ready to get to the bottom of it because he gonna sing like a canary. Lucille and Charles. Charles is working out and everything. Charles, you doing all the right things, bro. I got to get that to you. You're working out. You're being nice to her. You're talking soft. You're being patient and everything. You're fixing up around the house, all the stuff, the honey-do stuff that you never did. You're taking care of yourself, Got your body glistening, working out and stuff like that. He's doing all the things he's supposed to do. But he did mention that check to her from Maurice. And she tried to check him. How dare you come for me? All this type stuff. It's like this, Charles. At the end of the day, right now, Lucille is a woman scorer, man. And she gonna do what she need to do right now. You keep up what you doing, you might get her back because she gonna see the grass ain't greener on the other side. Maybe that'll work out. We don't know. But we're gonna see what happens with this little situation with Lucille and Maurice. But right now, she's interested, right? It's kind of like a how dare you now try to do everything right when you didn't do it when you had me. So she probably feeling like she got to get her get back. We don't know, but that little funny situation going on right now with Charles and Lucille. Then we see Meech and the pilot. They're in the van, because he's got to give the pilot a ride to the hotel. Then they go, do what they do with the product. And then he got to take the pilot to the airport with the cash. So in their journey, they pull in because the pilot has to use the restroom. So they pull in and Brian is following them. Meech notices Brian. Brian is there. He's told him he got him, right? The pilot goes in and uses the restroom and these two cops come in. So the pilot, when he comes out, he lets the cops know about Bryant. Of course, you got a white pilot. He go and say, hey, my driver's trying to, give me a ride. I got some flights to do. I don't know what story he told him, but he made it sound good. And this guy's telling us, I don't know what's up with him. He's following us. He must think we got some merchandise for him. I don't know what he told him. But they believed him. Probably didn't take much. They believed him, and they go and they they hem him up. They get Bryant. And, you know, the first mistake Bryant made was saying that he's a cop. But Bryant, you shouldn't have said that because you know you ain't got no badge. So that right there got him hemmed up. So now he's locked up. And boy, Henny, this the picture right here. This is the scene when old boy, her right hand man, let her know that Bryant's been locked up. It's about to be trouble for Kevin. Poor Kevin. But anyway, they go on about their day because the cops hemmed them up and Meech was able to go. Him and Terry, they making moves. They got that paper stacking up, boy. They getting it, boy. They getting it. They did what they needed to do. Now, they took a loss. They had to take a loss because they had to move so much product so fast. So it's kind of like they had a BOGO going on. Buy one, get one. Just to get rid of it, get the guys they cut, and they took a loss for this first shipment because I guess they took it as like a respect thing. They didn't want to let Loco and his crew know, hey, y'all messed up. So they just took it for the team. I get it. Because you're looking for the future. You're playing the long game. Playing chess, not checkers. So Nikki invites everybody. She knows Meech is in town. The parents didn't know he was there. At least Lucille didn't. So she invites everybody over for dinner. She makes a meal. She invites T, his baby mama, the baby, and her parents, of course, and Meech. So she invited them all over. She wanted to have a dinner. She felt like everything. I told you, that girl the smartest one in the room. She really is. She's the most level head. So she invites everybody over. She cooked a nice, beautiful meal. Everybody come. And when she sat down, she said the prayer. And right after she said the prayer, she went in on every one of them. Because they've been riding her pretty hard about the little boy, Breeze that she's been seeing. And it's just like they don't trust her. And she's kind of like how dare y'all don't trust me. I'm trying to have a little friend, you know. Then I don't even know if I'm really into him like that because the last boy I was into, he got shot because of stuff y'all doing. Mama, you can't talk. You've been having googly eyes with the man at the church. Daddy, you know what you did. She went in on T. You sleeping with a Jezebel and you got an old Jezebel and you got a whole baby mama and a baby on the way and Meech all this stuff you be doing causing problems and this family is just screwed up. Y'all just need to get off my back. And boy, she took off upstairs. And she was right. All this stuff they doing around this little girl. Like, come on. Nobody can... The pot can't call the kettle black nowhere in this family. And she stormed off upstairs. And it was a beautiful dynamic with her and Meech. Meech went up there and he sat down, he talked to her and he apologized. He's the only one that really took accountability for what he's done. And he apologized to her, promised that he'll do better and all this stuff, be a better brother to her. So I thought that was a nice little scene. What tripped me out about this whole situation is right after that, Lucille went to see Maurice. Like, I feel like that would have made me want to do right by my child. To see my child with all that pain. You ran to Maurice. Now, she didn't go all the way. But it's coming. You can tell it's coming. It's piping. Her emotions just going right now. Because when she got back, Charles was getting out the shower. And he been working out. And the way she looked at him like she wanted to tear him up. So I don't know what's going on with Lucille, but it's going to be interesting to see what she ends up doing. Hopefully she'll just realize that she got a good man at home. That's what I'm hoping. We shall see. So Meech, T, and Nikki, they've come downstairs and they're in the living room. They're playing video games. It look like they playing Atari. I remember that. I'm on my old head. I remember playing Atari back in the day. And they playing their video game. They laughing and talking and everything like that. And Rolo comes over and he lets them know that he wants out. And this one thing about, BMF, I don't know if they stayed this way, but it was just kind of impressive to see. They're like, sure, man, cause you hear a lot of gangs and organizations like that, it's only one way out. But they let him know, sure, you do your thing, cause he's like, Meech, you saved my life and everything. I never forget you about that. Y'all ever need me, you call me, anything like that. But I just got to consider and think about my family. I got to pull out. So he pulled out. I thought that was kind of neat. That they was like, man, we know where you live. You right across the street. You family. You ain't got to worry about nothing. So, they let him out. So I don't know if that's going to be key later in the story, but I just wanted to bring that up. That was kind of interesting to me. So then we got Stacks, a.k.a. 2 Chainz, trying to be slick. Being sneaky and conniving, he calling Meech on the phone, begging to get back in. I saw what you did for my boys. I need to get back in. And I'm sitting there going, when I'm watching the scene, I'm like, the camera gonna pay in. I know this camera about to pay in. Sure enough, Meech told him he can get in. Meech fell for it. Told him he can get back in. He hangs up the phone and the camera pans over the old boy, the Haitian dude, Glock. And he wants Meech. And 2 Chainz was like, hey, he's coming. Matter of fact, he bringing his brother. T is coming to the A. He says bringing his brother with him. They'll be back. You can have them both. All I want is Remy. The deal is they're going to help Stacks get Remy if he helps them to get Meech. They just want Meech. Because Meech making too many moves in their city. They want Meech. It's about to get bumpy, so we're going to see. But it was a really, really good episode. I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to episode 5. Hey, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you like the content, tell a friend to tell a friend. And as always, stay safe and on to the next one. Peace.